Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Hello everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of A Christmas Dream
and how it came to be true.
Aww, and the vocabulary words are shocked.
Shocked.
My parents were shocked when I told them I was getting married.
Oh my goodness! Complain.
Complain.
Kathy complained to the hotel manager about the dirty bathroom.
Beggar.
Beggar.
After work, Margaret bought dinner for a beggar that was inside the subway station.
Spirit.
Spirit.
The woman said the necklace will drive away evil spirits.
Wow.
Wow.
Mary.
Mary.
My dad raised his glass and said to all, "Eat, drink, and be merry." Aw, how wise.
Okay, so we look very Christmassy today because this is a Christmas story.
It is a Christmas dream.
A Christmas dream that eventually becomes true.
That's right. So what is the story about?
So we have a little girl and her name is Effie.
Effie.
And we can guess that Effie probably comes from a household that has quite a bit of money, right? Mm-hmm. So she thinks of Christmas as getting gifts that are useless, and she just thinks Christmas is boring.
Yeah, she's actually not too impressed by the fact that, it's a great holiday, everyone getting together. She doesn't really care too much about that.
She wants to become a beggar.
Huh?
I guess a beggar is free to just go anywhere that they want. Maybe she's always locked up in her house and very safe. So when she has a dream that she is a beggar.
Yeah, that was a real dream, right?
Yeah. But she does not realize before that being a beggar is not very good.
Because she was cold, hungry, and miserable in her dream.
But a Christmas spirit comes to her and gives her a warm cloak. The snow becomes a cloak and gives her hot soup.
That's right.
And she sees a lot of wonderful Christmas scenes, right?
Even Santa Claus is there getting their presents ready and people being kind and nice to each other.
She sees the Christmas spirit,
That's
basically, right?
That's right.
Okay, it's an interesting story. Let's read on more.
All right.
A Christmas Dream and How It Came to Be True.
I'm so tired of Christmas, I wish there never would be another one,
Cried Effie as she watched her mother arranging presents. Although her mother was shocked to hear this, Effie continued to complain about the holiday, with all its useless gifts and lack of surprises. She wished that she were a beggar girl, free to go out at will.
Today's lesson is called A Christmas Dream and How It Came to Be True. Part 1. Merry Christmas, everyone. My name is Jeff.
Merry Christmas, Jeff, and Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Mike. Well, let's talk about A Christmas Dream. Let's talk about how it came to be true. Let's start reading our story for this month, which is, oh my gosh, A Christmas Story. Oh, it's a shock, isn't it?
Okay, let's get started. I'm so tired of Christmas. I wish there never would be another one.
Really?
Cried Effie as she watched her mother arranging presents.
That's our story. I thought that was you.
No, that's Effie.
Cry from your heart.
Effie,
Okay.
who was obviously not in the holiday spirit.
She's sick of Christmas.
She doesn't have the right mood going.
All right. There could be reasons for this, but sometimes, you don't get in the Christmas spirit, but something tells me by the end of the story, things might turn around for Effie. But
Christmas stories have a way of turning out well.
They generally do. But at the beginning of this, at least, Effie is not a fan of Christmas. She wishes the whole season would just go by very quickly. Although her mother was shocked to hear this, Effie continued to complain about the holiday with all its useless gifts and lack of surprises. She's definitely over the whole Christmas joy and spirit thing. She doesn't think it's fun. She doesn't think the gifts are any good. She's not surprised by anything. I guess she knows what she's getting in all her gifts. She knows the songs they'll sing and the food they'll eat and the decorations they'll put up. It's just so boring. But her mother, of course, thinks that anyone should be in the Christmas spirit. That's why her mother was shocked to hear Effie complain about it. When you're shocked, you're very surprised by something. This adjective just means surprise to a higher level. So if someone tells you that they were picked to become an astronaut, you'd be shocked. That's amazing. I don't know anyone who would get picked to become an astronaut. That would be a good shock. A bad shock would be, finding out something terrible had happened. Your house was broken into or something like that. A terrible shock would be a bad surprise, and a good shock or a happy shock would be a very positive thing. And that feeling of being very surprised is being shocked. For example, my parents were shocked when I told them I was getting married.
What?
Yeah.
You just met that person a week ago.
And I'm only 12 years old.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and stop for a while and talk about just how bad everything is. It's too cold in here. It's too hot outside. Everything is just terrible. Now, in this particular situation, I am complaining. That's the verb complain. Oh, it's too hot outside. Oh, this food doesn't taste good enough. These would all be examples of complaints. That would be the noun. Complain, again, is the verb. Usually, when you complain, you're saying that something is not good. Now, sometimes you do need to complain, though. Kathy, for instance. Kathy complained to the hotel manager about the dirty bathroom. Yes, this bathroom is dirty, and I'm not going to stand for that. That's a good complaint. Anyways, she wished that she were a beggar girl, free to go out at will. Effie,
she wishes to
give
be
me
poor?
You don't like gifts.
On the street?
You want a huge surprise with Christmas, and now you think that being a beggar would be better than being in a house with a loving family and a Christmas tree and presents? That's a little bit weird. Now, if you are a beggar, chances are you are poor. You need money, so you beg for it. You stand on the street and you ask for money. Please help me out. I need money. I don't have money. I'm poor. I lost my job. I'm a beggar. For example, after work, Margaret bought dinner for a beggar that was inside the subway station. I've seen this happen. People pass the same beggar, let's say, 3 or 4 times on the way to work in a week, and they just give in. They don't want to give the person money, so instead they bring them some food. And that's a pretty nice thing to do. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要读的故事是 A Christmas Dream and How It Came to Be True 圣诞梦想如何成真。那么主角是一位女孩，她叫做 Effie。故事一开始就提到说 Effie 她一边看着妈妈准备礼物，一边喊着说我好厌倦圣诞节，我希望再也不要过圣诞节。那这边有4个重点，第一个是 be tired of 加上名词或动名词，就表示对什么什么感到厌倦。例如 Jane is tired of cooking every day. Jane 对于每天下厨、每天煮饭感到好厌倦。好，第2个重点，句型 so 加上形容词或副词，再加 that 子句，是表达如此怎么样，以至于怎么样。那么 that 可以省略不用。例如 The patient was so weak that she could barely stand up. 那位病人他身体非常虚弱，几乎没有办法站立。第3个重点，动词 wish 在这边是表达希望、但愿。那么后面的子句呢，常常会用假设法，常用的句型有 wish 加上 that 主词，再加上 would, could, might 再加原形动词，或者是 wish that主词加上过去式动词，或者是 were。我们用这样的句型来表达跟现在事实相反或是不太可能实现的愿望。我们来看2个例句。I wish I could be as rich as Bill Gates. 但愿我能像比尔盖茨一样富有。I wish I were rich. 要是我很有钱就好了。那注意这边不是 I was rich， 而是 I were rich。这个 be 动词固定用 were。第4个重点 watch 加受词加受词补语。当它的受词补语是用现在分词 VING 的时候，是强调动作正在进行或是持续。那受词补语用原形动词来表示时，就表示观察到事实或是过程。例如 They watched a squirrel climb the tree. 他们看着一只松鼠爬树。 好，那刚刚说到 Effie 她厌倦的圣诞节，妈妈听了觉得很震惊。不过 Effie 还是继续在抱怨这个节日啊。她说她宁愿当个乞丐女孩，这样就可以随心所欲的出门。这边有3个单字 ，shocked，它是形容词，形容感到惊讶的、感到震惊的。那么 complain 是抱怨，后面常常会用介系词 about 或是 of， 再加上抱怨的事物。那么 complain 后面再加上字尾 t 就会变名词 complaint 表示抱怨、投诉或是不满。下一个单词 beggar 表示乞丐。接话课文中。
A Christmas Dream and How It Came to Be True. In her sleep that night, Effie dreamed she was a beggar girl, but it wasn't what she thought it would be, for she was cold, hungry, and miserable. Just then, a Christmas spirit appeared before Effie. He took her hands in his, turned the snow into a warm fur cloak, and gave her a bowl of hot soup.
Okay, more on Effie, who is not filled with the holiday spirit. She thinks gifts are useless and unsurprising, and she kind of wishes that she were a beggar. Anyways, in her sleep that night, Effie dreamed she was a beggar girl. But it wasn't what she thought it would be. For she was cold, hungry, and miserable. Remember, she thought, wow, I wish I could be a beggar. There's so much freedom that comes along with being a beggar. But in that dream there, she got a taste of reality. Being a beggar, it's really bad.
Yeah, you have freedom. You have the freedom to be cold and hungry and unhappy.
And miserable,
and
yeah.
miserable and have no money and not know where your next meal is coming from. That's not a good kind of freedom to have. So she did get a little bit of a realization, a little bit of a taste of what being a beggar would really be like. And she realized it would not be good. But then also, it says just then a Christmas spirit appeared before Effie. Now, is this in her dream or is it in the real world? We're not quite sure, but we do know that a Christmas spirit appeared. What is a spirit? Well, in this case, or using it as a noun, of course, in this case, we're talking kind of like a ghost. That's what a Christmas spirit might be. In the famous story of the Christmas Carol, right, there's the 3 ghosts of Christmas. Past, present, and future. It's kind of shown as a ghost or something like that. Maybe not a scary, evil ghost that wants to do bad things to you, but certainly not someone real, not a real person in the real world, some kind of ghost or magic-like creature, a spirit. For example, the woman said the necklace will drive away evil spirits, evil ghosts, bad luck, bad stuff out in the spirit world, in the dream world that you can't actually touch, but seems very real at that time. So, this Christmas spirit appears, and is it a kind spirit or an evil spirit?
Apparently, the spirit is a guy, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It says he took her hands in his,
Okay.
turned the snow into a warm fur cloak,
It's kind.
and gave her a bowl of hot soup.
Oh, it's very kind.
That's a nice
It's a good spirit.
Christmas spirit.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the spirit of Christmas, I bet. Just saying.
Probably good, yeah.
Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
好，当天晚上 Effie 就梦到自己是个乞丐女孩，但情况并不是她所想的那样，因为她又冷又饿又悲惨。那么老师们聊到 Effie 在梦里意识到现实情况并没有想象的那么美好，可以这样随心所欲出门。那老师用到 realization， 就是 realize 表示意识到的那个动词，去掉 e 再加 ation 变成 realization， 就是名词，表示领悟、意识到。好，那这边还有一个重点 for 在这边当连接词是表达因为，它是用来引导表示原因的子句，只能摆在主要子句的后面。例如 Pam looked tired and had dark circles under her eyes, for she hadn't slept well all week. Pam 看起来很疲惫，而且有黑眼圈，因为她整个礼拜都没有睡好。 好，那么正当 Effie 她感到又冷又饿又悲惨的时候，有一个圣诞精灵出现在她面前，那把 Effie 的手放在她手里，然后把雪变成了温暖的毛皮披风，还给了她一碗热汤。那这边有一个单字 spirit。Spirit 它表示精灵、幽灵或是有精神的意思。Mike 老师聊到一个跟圣诞节有关的文学作品，那么故事里面呢，主角他就有遇到3个幽灵。那这个作品它叫做 A Christmas Carol， 中文是翻译成小气财神。介绍课文中。
A Christmas Dream and How It Came to Be True. Suddenly, an amazing world began appearing around Effie.She heard Merry Christmas bells and saw the most marvelous Christmas trees with candles that never stopped burning. There was joy in the air, and Effie watched as other spirits got ready for Christmas. There were 4 Santa Clauses preparing for their long rides, and dolls in their houses living like humans, except the dolls were being kinder and nicer to each
other.All right, so this Christmas spirit just turned snow into a warm fur cloak and handed Effie a really nice bowl of soup. It was piping hot. It really hit the spot. And there's more. Suddenly, an amazing world began appearing around Effie.Wow. Sounds like a winter wonderland to me.
Amazing. So the Christmas spirit has warmed her up, given her some hot food, and then transformed the whole world around her. And what did she see? What was the world like? She heard Merry Christmas bells, ding, 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 and saw the most marvelous Christmas trees with candles that never stopped burning. In other words, it was a Christmas postcard.Everything you could possibly imagine, from the best of the Christmas movies, all that kind of stuff. It was so much Christmas spirit, it'll make you sick.
All of this brought to you by the Christmas spirit. Anyways, Merry Christmas, everyone. That's what we say during the holidays there. Merry Christmas. I believe in Britain they might say Happy Christmas, but the sentiment...It's the same. If you're merry, that means you are happy. You're filled with happiness and joy. Oh, you're willing and ready, I should say, to have a good time. For example, my dad raised his glass and said to all, eat, drink, and be merry. Have a good time. Be happy. Be merry. M-E-R-R-Y. Okay, let's go ahead and move on.
Yes.
We're still in Effie's dream,
yes.
I think. There was joy in the air in that winter wonderland, and Effie watched as other spirits got ready for Christmas.
Oh,
wow.
Fantastic. So what else was there? There were 4 Santa Clauses preparing for their long rides, and dolls in their houses living like humans, except the dolls were being kinder and nicer to each other. So a little surprising. There are 4 Santa Clauses, and we thought there was only one. But maybe there's 4. One goes north, one goes south, east, and west. They have a lot of ground to cover. Who knows?
Hey, there's 8 billion people on Earth. The logistics are tricky with a single Santa Claus.
Absolutely. Santa has cloned himself. That's okay. And the dolls there that are actually come to life. They're living like humans in their cute little doll houses, except they're even better than humans because they're being very, very kind and very, very nice to each other, more than you would expect. But basically, it was the perfect fantasy Christmas land, something we can only dream and imagine. But will it become true? Will it become real for Effie? Will it bring the Christmas spirit back to her? The only way to find out is to come back tomorrow for day 2, and we hope you can do that. Until then, Merry Christmas, everybody.
We'll see you then.
刚刚说到有一个圣诞精灵拿了一碗热汤给 Effie。Jeff 老师形容这碗热汤是 piping hot。P-I-P-I-N-G 再搭配 hot。Piping hot 意思就是滚烫的，非常烫的。那老师还有用到 hit the spot， 字面意思是正中要点。那这个用语常常用来形容美食是令人心满意足，正合某人胃口的。好，那么故事接着写到，突然间一个奇妙的世界开始出现在 Effie 的周遭。她听到欢乐的圣诞钟声，看到绝妙的圣诞树，上面还有永远都不会熄灭的蜡烛，空气中充满了欢乐。 乐。好，那他还看到4名圣诞老公公正在为圣诞节做准备，老师们就开玩笑说，世界上这么多的人口，这个物流配送是很困难的，所以圣诞老公公把自己复制出4个也不为过。好，老师用到 logistics 就是指物流，我们来拼一下这个字 logistics logistics 就是物流。那么 clone 表示复制，是指用无性繁殖技术的那种复制，复制羊的那种复制，它是拼作 clone clone 是动词。好，最后来看单字 merry 表示欢乐的、愉快的。那 Jeff 老师在解释单字时用到 sentiment 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 表示情绪或是心情。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 各位同学，大家好，我是季安老师。我们看一下今天简短独白。今天要看的是 speech and lecture。好，第一个题目 ，Where does this speech take place？ 演讲在哪边举行的？做到这边，大家应该都已经很清楚哦。你听到这种独白的时候呢，脑袋要开始去问自己哦，讲话的人是谁，对象是谁。然后呢，你知道这2个东西之后呢，其实发生的地点可能也可以去猜出来哦。那从关键字当中去猜 ，A at a film premiere。在首映会 ，B graduation ceremony 毕业典礼 ，C at a film award ceremony， 是这个颁奖典礼哦，电影的颁奖典礼。最后一个 at a movie award， at a music award ceremony， 是在音乐的颁奖典礼上面。第二个 ，Why does the man say I still think he deserves it？ 我还是觉得他值得这件事情哦，值得什么啊？好，等一下要注意听一下。它是什么意思 ？He refuses to change his mind， 还是 He wants to be gracious in victory？ victory 是胜利嘛？他在胜利的时候，他在赢的时候呢，还想要保持 grace， 保持优雅，保持大气这样。C 呢 ，He thinks that the votes should be recounted， 他觉得这些选票应该要重新计算。最后 ，He thinks Nick Hart is a failure。他觉得 Nick Hart 呢是个失败。再来第3题 ，How does the actor feel about winning？ 他是哪一个呢 ？A disappointed， 还是 surprised， 还是 hysterical， 还是 indifferent？ 我觉得到这边我应该可以去猜出来的哦。Feel about winning， 你觉得赢这件事情怎么样？有人赢了之后觉得很失望的吗？或许有啦，我们要听一下，但是我觉得不大可能。C hysterical 是很歇斯底里的哦，就是大哭啦，或者是大笑啊，整个疯了这样。D indifferent 不是不同哦，不是没有相同，而是漠不关心的意思哦，就是他不在意。B surprise 我觉得是比较有可能的。那我们在看题目的时候呢，就是那24秒。在看下一个题目的时候，那3个题目你在看的时候就可以去猜 ，OK？ 好，那我们猜完了之后来听听看吧。
Thank you so much. I am a little speechless. I was sure this award would go to Nick Hart, and I still think he deserves it. Thank you to the Academy and the amazing cast and crew, especially Luke. It's an absolute honor to work with such a talented director. I also
其实到这边3个题目都已经出来了，对不对？第一个，他可能一开始你还没有办法那么快的听出来，但是后面有什么 academy， 然后有什么 actor， 然后看到 看到 director， 这些其实都已经出来了。然后我们再继续听下去，更多的线索。
I want to thank the costume and set designers on this piece, Will and Ronnie. I think everyone will agree the movie looks fantastic, and it's thanks to them and their team's hard work. Thank you to all the fans, and last but not least, my mom and dad. I know you are watching, and I love you.You have always been my inspiration.
好，所以呢，这边呢，答案第一题是 Film Award Ceremony 那你如果猜的话呢 ，B 跟猪其实都可以先删掉，只剩下 A 跟 C 嘛。但是它有这个感谢这个它的制作团队，对不对？所以呢，就不会是 Film Premiere，OK？所以呢，这一题答案第一题答案是 C 那这边第二个 I still think he deserves it， 这边比较难一些些我们再听一次。
Thank you so much. I am a little speechless. I was sure.
Thank you so much. I'm a little bit speechless. 第3题就蹦出来了surprise， 他有点说不出话来，所以他其实就吓到了这样，所以
This award would go to Nick Hart, and I still think he deserves it.
I was sure this award will go to Nick Hart. 我其实还蛮确定这个奖呢是 Nick Hart 会拿走。OK?
Thank you to the Academy.
But I still think he deserves it. 我觉得虽然现在是我得奖，我还是觉得他应得这个奖。好，所以呢，这个其实就展现了他的优雅风度跟大气哦。所以呢，这个答案是 B. He wants to be gracious in victory. OK， 所以这3题的答案就这样跑出来了。然后我们来看一下这边啊，你看到说 I was sure this award would go to Nick Hart, and I still think he deserves it. 我觉得还是他。Thank you to the Academy. Academy 是影艺学会嘛哈，an amazing cast and crew. 如果你有在看电影的话，看颁奖典礼的话呢，应该就会知道这个 cast and crew 所有的角色哈，所有的这些幕前幕后的工作人员。OK。然后呢 ，talented director 这个是一个重点 ，costume and set design，costume and design， 就是这个场景还有这个服装设计的这些人啊。好，然后呢，I think everyone will agree that the movie looks fantastic. Movie， 所以这些关键字呢，可以让你更清楚的知道说，这一些话呢是在哪个地方讲的。OK， 以上是我们今天的课程内容，我是季安老师，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.